Viewers, as we promised that for sure in the second episode of this series, we will ensure that we talk to the stakeholders for ensure that they also get their own take on the impact of coronavirus and, of course, the fight against coronavirus, how it don't affect the game, both locally and international, but specific reference to a local game, and also ensure that we talk about what will happen immediately with the COVID-19 go don't come to an end. Well, we're going to keep to a promise. We're in the Western region, as we informed earlier, and specifically Western Rural. We're in the office of the district chairman, Kasho Holland J. Cole, who will talk on behalf of the stakeholders. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
Well, normally, it's not easy for, come around and see the chairman, in close environments, but we don't take the trip downtown here, and it's a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you very much. Say we come to football. My second job landing.
Sure.
For now, my first job now for make sure say
govern the people.
We seek the welfare of the people and bring development come for them. And after that, football, where I think say that my own passion.
Beautiful. Of course, it has always been your passion. How about us starting it? Because we have a situation in which, for a very long period of time, football done the struggle. This is no secret. And then last year or last season, you can take it from there. We had a very successful league. We really generate so much fun. The hype, the interest. We did it, the entertainment part of it, the business part of it. We did it. But the government of Salon come out and put 3.5 billion for ensure that the league play. Rolling back to this season, they ensure that then, throw them weight behind the league. So we don't get very, very, very good league ongoing. And then came the COVID-19. So talking about the impact of COVID-19 in the game, what's on take so far, as stakeholders and will they govern this game here?
Yeah, as you rightly say, we as stakeholders firstly want to thank the government because it not be easy for make football start the kind way we start so. But the way government give that 3.5 billion euros, that's not the Emmanuel Safa Abdullahi led board. Yeah. And after that again, we see governments come and put money back where we get this other Premier League board. And I think to say the game will not begin taking shape. Yeah. Even though for quite some time the game will not be play, here and there you get issues there where they come up. But I believe say the game will not begin taking shape, don't reach kind peak there. And unfortunately, we can't get this COVID-19. Well, say Biapo again in 2014 where Ebola came, where the league play back was stopped. So for we at the stakeholders forum, we see ourselves very unfortunate because we want to always see football play where we players themselves go able for get international job because now when the league they play, scouts then go come, they will come watch them. And the one will get go also go able for play football and get salary and make their living out of which they play for. And the one who do business, like if you go stadium, the one who sell markets, that's how they make the small profit. Yeah. And then some of we in the evening hours we want for cool down the pressure of job, you can go sit down and relax and watch football. So all that don't well. So for we say an unfortunate situation and we see and say very, very, very bad. Corona don't come, it don't make right now as I talk to you. All if you take 14 Premier League clubs and then you take how many players them, at least 30 players for one club. Think about how many people don't go out of job for now. And then you take the Division 1, the Division 2, the female, the non-division self, the coaches, the referees. Now, I don't think the team will get the kind of football team in the country where we're able for meet that kind of money for the pay, then staff them, the players then now, including the coaches and other people, what much they pay, they will give me the play. Yeah. Because the football be the play, you will agree with me, say, you get takings. You get advert for me, you get sponsorship in the kind side. So it is very, very, very serious. And I think to say, we at the stakeholders forum, they say, we pray that Papa God will put this coronavirus to an end. Because for me, personally, I think we need God's intervention for put away this corona from where so that we'll come back to normalcy and kick off the sport business.
Yeah, you're talking about finance and, of course, the role of football in the fight against COVID-19. We see inside the smaller constituents of the general membership under the executive committee, we take a decision for handover the office of the football secretariat to EOC for ensure that they get that kind of leverage for able to prepare very well towards the fight against COVID-19. And also looking at the financial aspect of our CU side, the FA go on or give money to some district regions for ensure that football clubs and it will benefit from and being part of a general body like this. How do you assess, such a gesture?
Well, giving out the academy, that complexity to government for use them for fight the corona, we see and say good. Even though we know say the reason or reasons
So I've done so.
what make them do them, because we know say they want for cajole favor from government. Say we the head for the elective Congress. So people could want to forget government and inside. But we see I'm say it is fine because coronavirus is for all Sierra Leoneans for join together or fighter. We see and say good. And we not get anything against them for that. Because we have no say government know exactly the rule for play where it come into football politics. And for the money we then give to clubs, for me I say small. So I don't need for tell them thank you for that day. Because if you think about the money, then they use without going through the due process, plenty. You will go back to the Congress at Kenema and what at that budget where they present for membership they approve. Just the provision where the Secretary General use in the office is 50 million leones. So if that provision will buy for you milk, cocoa, sugar, now 50 million leones, and then you give a whole region $10,000. Like Western region, you get $10,000. Where they get 2 districts and urban and rural. The teams them alone are the rural. How much you go give them? I remember when I seen social media what they give them some, I think then 25 kg bags of rice. They give them 4 bags of rice. What can they go do for the players them and for the people who they go football? So for me, I think say again, the kind way they do them, again not proper. Because the SLA constitution make them very clear. It is very clear. If you want for help, that kind of way, you get the procedure. Not a one man, two man business. You don't for use them for score political goal. At this particular time, we put politics aside, and if we want for help the athletes them, we want for help the administrators there, we for do it with a mindset saying that that's for coronavirus. But if they do them and the end of the day you get something under, for we will not change because the money too small. Even this money when they say don't come, I read they say the PRO they say so, the Secretary General they say so. But when you go to FIFA say now for help the FADM for corona. And so if clubs not able to take care of their players, the regional associations, this association they strain because of this COVID-19, make the money available for them.
So, taking the cue from there, like we mentioned, we don't talk to the FA Secretariat through the Secretary General to be precise. Of course, a lot of things we have mentioned about the things the way they mentioned. So just so viewers are aware that this is a series we are doing to ensure that we get different sides of the divide as far as the storyline is concerned. Taking it from the point that, Usa, you mentioned, say, yes, some fund be provided, which is correct, but not enough, and also the process what they use for them, it's not the right way.
It's not terrible. It's not legal.
And the third part, the intent behind it is really not what would they perceive as public.
Exactly.
They have a different lacuna in relation to what they want to do. So now, and also but for the records, the FA mentioned say the $10,000 to the regions. Not get nothing for do the fight towards COVID-19 is purposely for the administrative use, as was approved by the Kenema Congress. So before they dish out the $10,000 to the regions, they had already given out some amount of money, which you mentioned, with some clubs give to 25 kg bags of rice to one player and what have you. Now the question is, which way will the FA for don't do this or make them better in relation to the real impact of the one for create towards the fight against COVID-19. B, the processes through which this money for the
Fine, thank you very much. The first do assessment. Assess the impact of coronavirus on the sport within the administer, which is football. And do an assessment for an holistic one, how it also affect the administration, it affect the players, and affects even the communities the way they engage for football business. That was not done. And then secondly, the constitution of SLF became very clear. It says when 5 executives not meet, then the decision take not valid. So how many people they meet? Because when you look, now take the Eastern region, their own case. The chairman of Eastern region was left out.
Yeah.
And for tell you, say, they not give the money because of they didn't fetch corona. They get an intent, when a political intent. They take this money, go give the vice chairman of the region, wherein the region gets in own account.
Chairman and an account.
And they get the sitting chairman, they sit now SLFA. And but when they tell you for give the money, because before that time, that chairman, they were an honorable Francis Konoa, don't declare intention, say, one for be vice president, and also declare intention, say, he'll join the stakeholders them in the elections. So what you do now? You bypass them, take the money, go get in deputy chairman. That is wrong. And for us, it's corruption.
So also on this same issue, the Secretary General will go on for say that they know that things are difficult. They are aware as an FA, just as CAF is and FIFA. Because of this, they already don't put plans in place, you know, for ensure that they're able to support the government and of course the players, the football clubs towards the fight of COVID-19. And because of this, they already present a document to FIFA where they ask for special funds towards the fight against COVID-19. So why is we're looking forward to receiving these funds? You know, as a very important element of the game, you guys being the membership, forming the stakeholders forum. What do you think you want to do in relation to engaging the executive committee for ensure that for example, like you mentioned, that the processes where they use for give out this money not correct, ensure that when this money comes, the right thing be done. And for the records, the Secretary General will say it will be the decision of the executive committee.
Okay, but this is the problem again. How you present a document to FIFA? Who does he talk to?
Well, he's on record to have said he spoke to a number of people.
A number of people who? Those supporting them? Because I will tell you not to talk to Blackpool. I will tell you not to talk to Port Authority. I will tell you not to talk to Edwards. Not talk to FC Calon. I will tell you, so what do they talk to? Because before you present that kind of plan, you need for engage, you need for consult, you need for collaborate. So you get an effective plan where if you say this one is good for we all in the country. But if you see them say that the executive committee no more, hey, but don't come at that stage there, don't come at that level there. This is democratic world. Every voice. And then you see projects or program, I like the World Bank definition bad. It say you for start for involve the people, the beneficiaries, the stakeholders from the onset. You need the way you do and done, you can't say that this. And then in development, you get for notice the people that felt need. So you get for address the felt need instead of inducing needs on them. Sometimes you don't go make a plan to FIFA say, then people are eat the white. Sometimes you can now medicine the people they want. So if you not consult them, if you not talk with them, not engage them, how will you do?
Yeah.
So for us, sending that thing to FIFA, yes, it is fine, but we just have everything they decide. Okay. And then the Article 12 of the SFA Constitution make it very clear. You have to communicate with the membership. It is your duty to communicate with the membership. And then never forget to say, without the membership, there is no SLFA. SLFA only exists because you get membership. And the membership make up SLFA. The executive committee are just there for make sure they implement when the membership is through the Congress. So if you get any emergency things they for do, what should you do? Communicate with your people. Now, okay, no get gathering. Because the COVID-19 rules are against that. But why not say all clubs on an email? You forget the email addresses. When they send this thing, what do as a draft owner, when I watch and make an input. And when they make the input, you come back, you collect all things and see, you're always good, you say that go out. Okay. So everybody will say, okay, we are part of that process. So if FIFA come and talk to any other person, we will say, yes, we are part of it because now we will take part in that documentation. But if you say them or say you're responsible to the FA, no, for me it's not good. They need for consult, they need for engage people for know the problem. The problem will happen at Freetown, urban, in terms of the football business, what it affects them, what it affects the one in a rural district. What it affected the rural district, what it affects the one in a bow. You know, different situations. Yeah. So if you say they engage, how you go know? Yeah. So the one plan you're going to say 1,000 bags of rice for people in a Freetown for football business.
Yeah. So like I mentioned, the Secretary General indeed be say that during the last 3 days lockdown, he did go on to engage a number of people. But you've mentioned clearly that your section of football family wasn't engaged.
At all.
So you're on record for that. Now that we are looking forward to receiving these funds. I go again to this question. Which one of things need for be done as stakeholders? Are you guys thinking of engaging the leadership of the secretariat for see that which we don't miss in this initial stage? You should not go miss eventually when this money comes. Well, like I mentioned, it did say that when the money comes, they don't know exactly what they're going to do with them. Whether, now, for example, they will do like what they do the Ebola money, they will take and give UNICEF or whatever it is, or they will implement them. They don't know exactly what they will do. All they've done is to request a decision will be made by the executive committee as to what to do with the money.
Well, that makes the Bible say. The Bible say when there is no vision, the people perish. If it's general, they say they don't ask FIFA for money, but they don't know nothing for the future. It should be sacked. Enough it for me, Secretary General. How me Kasho go tell me say he did €1 million for a ward, they don't know what to do with the money. If you know what you want with the money for before you ask her for the money, it's a project that goes with a budget. Okay, so you don't make a concept note. Fine. Now this and this and this and this I want to do. Then before you make, so you want to tell me say this thing goes out the budget?
Well, maybe use of the word, you don't know what they do the money, now a misplaced word from my end. But it was like they have not decided. No, the thing is there is no precise definition as to what the money will be used to. Because who puts answer and say, for example, this money when it comes, will it be given to the clubs? Will it be given to the region? Say no, we've not made that decision.
Well, Bessie, that means to say they still don't know what they do.
Well, I just want to be
so before you ask FIFA for the money, if you don't say club A get this issue, that's why I told you about consultation, engagement. Okay, take her from the down to the top. But what they are doing now, their own project now from the top to the down, which is wrong. It will become a white elephant project because you don't involve the people from the start. So if you know what you want to do, that club A na bo, and this is a problem. Club B na this is a problem. So some club in there where you see not the food they want. Sometimes they get a member where Corona don't care go, for example. Where they want to make the family, perhaps to get people away left behind. So, but if you don't engage them, you know that will happen. So for me, you say, no, when we as stakeholders, this FA not ever respond to we. We don't write them past 1,000 letters. I'm a member of it. I was the Secretary General for the membership. We don't write them severally and they reply. So even this way you ask me so right now, if we say one for me today, they will not allow us. Because they don't make we go give them the idea tomorrow and they say, now we give them the idea. So what will they do? So those don't they watch them. But the only thing they say is, will they keep them on the records? FIFA send money tomorrow, I don't want for user. If they want for involve we, if they want for tap form with your experience and one idea, we are willing to give. Because we believe, say, this corona effect, politics is not for the day. Because the way corona is spread, which we only know how corona is spread right now, especially in the Western area, of which I know everything that is happening. It is corona make a joke. So they have push away the politics, push away the pettiness, and also for involve every other person in this fight. So if you don't like to FIFA for money, what do you begin for do now? For begin engage. Why not let us know FIFA don't approve? That is one. How much they ask for, and what do they intend?
For do the money. And
then we will say, okay, well, let's talk to somebody from Kenema. Let's talk to somebody from Kailao, from Loko. Don't ask them what's the problem there. What are the issues there? What we need for help them for. From that point, they go for implement a very good fine project. But not for somebody when I can go back to Veronica Bucket. Do you know how many NGOs or government will supply Veronica Bucket? Perhaps at that time, that's what they want. Yeah. But if you don't ask them, right, that's the waste the money. I think they need for employ somebody for manage project, a project manager, because you get project writing, you get the implementation part of it, you get the management of it. So if you don't get the idea, then but if you just go up and don't go. So they need to get a department in that FA, where they forget a project manager, who nobody project, how for implementer, how for manager, and how for report. Okay. And you know, say yes, me, I get for consult, I get for, because all those things are part of project, how for begin for make project, for being planner. You know, say for consult, if for involve people, if for the whole entity. Okay. But if you need to do what you say, you don't know how for spend the money. I mean, if I get power to FIFA, don't send the money to those people. They're not serious.
So as we close on this impact of COVID-19 and of course the football authorities' role in the fight, you know, what would be your final statement to the FA and of course the other stakeholders in the game, including the footballers, the coaches, the referees? We really don't feel the greater pinch of this game. Of course, the sport journalists as well, you know, because sometimes we talk a lot and they will leave them out. You know, so what would be your final message to them in reference to the $500,000, for example, if FIFA saying, as you mentioned, that it's a means of help cushion the effect of COVID-19 on football family around the world. But also taking into consideration that the money actually is not specifically for the fight against COVID-19, but as part of the money we due the FAs, for the financial year.
Fine. The 500 million, whatever, the money due the FA for the financial year 2020. But what are we facing now? We face Corona. Football they play. So why not use the money help for make Corona done?
Okay.
Help for make Corona done.
Money, because you just as these are monies that are pegged, for example, to women's football.
Yes, but you're right. For example, government send money to Russia, tell me say, that's so for education, that's so for health, that's so for this. For example, when Corona starts, we not get Corona our budget. We get health money then for other thing.
Okay.
But what should you do? You get for right back and tell government say, because of this emergency, this money, we want to go pay us rent for health. But now we want to buy a bucket, for example.
Okay.
So if FIFA wants that money, they will say FIFA say yes, you should play men football. But the men football they play because the men have been affected by the coronavirus. So one for do this and do that. So FIFA don't tell you say no. So that money they need to give some to government. And then one of the things what I'm facing for do, well, perhaps they go buy this idea for me now, but it's good for them. Now that I'm fishing not only for give out the academy, but then for them also give out prominent and top footballers in the country for serve as ambassadors, taking them to communities for talk to people. Okay. For example, Musa Tumbo, the Leka, Sierra Leone. I ever look at it. Tumbo Musa come the Leka day. If you take her, you can't go there. As an ambassador for talk to people about Corona, how Corona day is serious, men take their precaution day, they will listen. You get Mohamed Kalon, now icon of Sierra Leone football. Take him to Sierra Leone. Come on in communities there. You get them coach, you get John Disa.
Yeah, but they will argue that they're already doing something with UNICEF, with some
this
players.
You are doing it with UNICEF, but this is SLFA using their own material. You got John Kista, a very fine coach. Take him to communities, the Leka. Side they go to that talk, they will listen and pass me safe now. So I'm fishing for them also engage in that. But again, when you not get a program. The program is not only about asking FIFA to send the money. What is the program? I mean, expect say before they spend time enough for the abuse people, to get people for SLFA business, but then tell also even make jingles. Good and get the television to pay for hours. 1 hour program. They talk about corona effect on. Thank God to now. Because they don't tell you the effect on football for corona. Therefore, they do how it don't affect football in the country. Therefore, go and get the decision, get money, pay to get you, pay for television for doing that. So you will find out say you're not only spending money or giving facility a complex, but you also help in the social mobilization of the corona fight. That's what they should be doing. Okay. So not only forget the 500 million, they need for step out or for step up for make sure say use them players. We play the people elect. That's some idea, Bobo. But people elect and say it's small, it's a big card, it's a big dribble. Take card, just put up any billboard. You put on the community radio. One day you can't go there. You go talk to people there. Say now me they talk to us. You there small kids there. You will say you go find for look.
Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you very much. Now all this will go take for this segment of the show. We'll go for a quick break and we'll come back. We will tell you exactly what are the stakeholders and stake in relation to how we'll complete the league season, knowing that it also don't create so much controversy. And eventually, as we close, we'll talk about what to do after COVID-19, knowing that the implementation of the FIFA roadmap, we're going to do 3 congresses, we don't begin, and how this process here will be completed after the COVID-19. And don't forget, say, Orange give you the opportunity as students of this country, for ensure that you get a student pack. I mean, what better time to get a student pack than now when a virtual world we live in? You want for study, you want for get access to your portal, you get for need internet. Orange make them very simple to you as a student. Go out there now, we store them, take your ID card, and of course go identify yourself as a student. You get the opportunity for them swap your SIM with a student pack SIM, which for sure will give you 1.2 gigabytes straight off immediately with a swap. And for sure, when it comes to accessing data, it's much more cheaper than staying on the normal network.
Let me tell you something. Orange don't bring something for you and me, yeah. Whether you know me from
Baby, that is fuck.
Spark the throw will give you juicy data bundle for enjoying our Facebook and WhatsApp. Guess 1.2 gigabytes for 9,500 leons weekly. We dey give you 1.2 gigabytes for free as you join. So Spark, get some nice.
Orange.
Welcome back to the show. Of course, you watch Orange Football Special, a program designed and produced by Priority Solutions, supported by Orange for ensure that you get the latest that happen in football, both locally and internationally. Yes, we know that the impact of COVID-19 on football don't be really great elsewhere in the world, but don't they see the return of football behind closed doors? Well, we'll see that happening in Sierra Leone. It's a question of wait and see. We also get a lot of situations what will happen in football. But regardless, Orange ensure that, you get waiting in the minds of football administrators, footballers, for ensure that you keep abreast with what will happen, even in the fight of COVID-19 with football in general. Like I mentioned, now not time for a lot of talk about what exactly in the mindset of the stakeholders when it comes to the process of completing the league and ensure that we get, the representatives in the CAF Champions League and of course the CAF Confederation Cup. We know for sure for a very long period of time we're not going to be represented, and of course in the very successful league we're ongoing. It don't be brought to its nails courtesy of COVID-19. What do we do? Also noting that CAF they don't write to the secretaries of football associations for ensure that they give a way forward as to what exactly they think for do when it comes to the league. And based on this, the Sierra Leone Football Association will write to CAF also telling them that they have a plan of completing their league after the league season. Would that be possible? It's not a question I'll pose to the chairman of Western Region Council, but to the stakeholders and spokesperson as far as this interview is concerned. What thing I want to take in relation to getting a completion to this league?
Well, firstly, we, as I say, we continue to say we feel them because we will enjoy the league, and now Corona don't make the league don't stop. I mean, the thing to say, the FA for engage the clubs there.
Okay.
Because honestly, we need a representation in a CAF. It make football league go. For quite some time, they play CAF football. So what they have do, for me own personal, they get a table, engage the clubs them, and see how far they will go for send reps. And then why should they try for doing the league? But again, somebody go say, in case you don't send Kasho FC for go, and the only league done, na Benson FC na winner. Go be in confusion, car.
Okay.
So that's again, we say now go talk say, hey, they don't do that day. Nobody will begin condemn them. So then they, in this situation, at the see and say then they in a serious problem. Because when they critique number for sure, they critique positively. So best bet, like what they say, they don't write CAF, say they want to complete the league. I think the league should be completed. Okay. Yes, the league. They're fine league. And the one that they run, it's all the challenges, don't try. Yeah. Yes, Mr. One time they don't even appoint me as match commissioner, but I don't able to go because of the job. Okay. But it's a fine league because unfortunately they take part in any team, not fine. Okay. Yeah, but it's a good league, and just a pray. The way you talk in your intro, say society don't start for play back doors. We probably have to people who get some of which Sierra Leoneans they will get. We still not for accept say Corona day and Corona they kill, and Corona dangerous. Because imagine for me one case, now nobody had.
Yeah, daily basis.
And I want to tell you say for me, lawlessness.
And a little bit.
Failing for go by watching government they say or watching the health people they say. It becomes challenging. So I mean, not see that possibility there for say we'll go begin play. Because you cannot even tell the players them if they obey. And we not reach that kind of level, we go say any ministry will go play, we'll check una. And then if we play game behind closed doors, the clubs then go just die because.
And apart from that, them players they are not in position not for interact with the public.
That is it.
They're not going for it.
That is it because
on daily basis and go for go out.
The player that oversee now, he gets his own society, he get everything. The only thing they come for you want go shop na supermarket. Yeah. But yeah, this man get for go drag na instant police, get for drag na Bombay, get for drag na Waterloo market. Hey, brah, you know, can't go play behind closed doors. So, and in fact, if person go pay for go look there. So I don't go pay their salary. So it's a challenge. So what you for do? One, me want like the right to FIFA so then the league will continue. But then find a way for get representation. Let they represent we. Because don't forget say after Corona, but continue Hamburg. But if we get being international matches today, it uplift the spirit. Not so even for footballers no more, for football no more, but even the country.
Yeah.
It will uplift the spirit of people there. Yeah. Because when you go watch football now, you go forget about what there will happen. So that is serious. But some people want to make them continue the league for continue. But I believe say stakeholders also, we don't talk about the forum, say, yes, we want for the league continue. Okay. And but there actually if you look away, we will be pleasing to everybody. Many also sit down like we say the executive will decide. No, this one they engage. Call all the 14 Premier League clubs, then come to a meeting, and then they begin discuss and find a way for such a good representation at the CAF competition. Go fight for we.
Okay, so looking at completing the league, you know, they come with a lot of challenges, i.e. pitches, weather, finance, you know, COVID-19 for sure. We don't know exactly when the COVID-19 will come to an end. We don't know that. Let's say it comes to an end just after the rains or in the rains. We cannot play football in August. Yes. Probably we'll get for wait for September, October, or thereabout. You know, so if we get to that point eventually, we'll get for play football, you know, it comes finance again. Yes. Who side then clubs there go get money for support them? Fine. The FA go get money for support the clubs. Who side the Premier League board will get money for support?
Well, that is it, Mr. Benson. If the FA be done plan well, that request to FIFA for them capture all entities about so. We want to continue with Premier League after the coronavirus. Let's say Corona done in June or July. But as you say, we don't play games. But September, October, we can begin August, September, we can play football. Okay, what will happen? We need money for the Premier League board. If for the part of that budget, what did they make for send go to FIFA? So when that money comes, just send and go directly to the account of the board. Okay? So when the business done, the board just kickstart. The money you better back say, okay, we'll go for start. The teams are not going to forget money. We'll forget the XYZ amount. That the back done day, send them back go to the Premier League board. So immediately they say Corona is done. When they say people are for him for interact back, what did happen? You don't see the money there. So they make it for any part of that plan. And the first two I tell you about how they do the plan, how they do the budgeting. Because you can't forget it's a whole concept. The Corona period and the post Corona period. What you want for do. So the only thing for them that plan, so at the end of the way you send them, you don't say yes, we'll get enough money. Because the board need money for going the league. Yeah. So as they say again that the planning. But the government says what I believe say if the FA engage the Ministry of Sports. Because some people government sent to we post-corona activities what government want to undertake. Okay? They also send to all councils for make their own inputs. Okay? And I believe say if this question you ask now question will make around land something, and when the FSF will land for them, therefore immediately engage the Ministry of Sport. So the Ministry of Sport will involve, it will include this kind of thing, football, in kind of
yes. Closing on this, you know, what do you think we should do? Should all of this fail? For example, we're unable to play a game because of the weather, for example, because of money, and then time come for get a representation to the CAF Champions League and CAF Confederation. Because the bottom line is that they say at any rate we have to have a representation. Yes. So what would the FA and the Premier League board do in collaboration or collaboration?
I want to make the FA left out of the Premier League board for take that decision. Okay. You know, because of this football politics where they can take a decision when not proper. But the Premier League board, which is independent, comprising of members there from the board, from the stakeholders, the membership, and members from the FA, they do together. And this show then take represent the executive, also represent the membership. Yeah. So plan not go there. Okay. But an official for reach that point, you money not for the that plan that was sent to FIFA. Therefore try for revisit and back for make sure say then get that idea the way you're being come up to right now. Forget say post-corona activities. We're going to give money to the Premier League board. We're going to give to the clubs then. Yeah. If for day. And then football go play. Because what we think about it. Now November, normally it can be the third way the CAF competition what they call.
Yes.
Fine.
But the engagement is normal at the end of this month.
Yes, so
but for sure, given the circumstances,
yes, there must be something. Then the league the game is left for play. We can play within 1 month. They will start new Premier League. So there will be a time for me to play. But if they engage the clubs them, it will fine for me to get representation. Yeah.
something. Orange jumping something for you and me, yeah. What are you no need for come? We go meet in now you call it. You know you call it. Sister, you no need for come. We go meet in now.
You Instagram and YouTube game in just day. Dope no more. With Spark, you dey get 2.5 gigabytes for 15,000 leons monthly. And we dey greet you with 1.2 gigabytes for free. As you join so, well na that. Spark, get some nice.
Orange.
So I'm for remind you of the Orange Student Park, where, as far as I know, the Orange Student Park was launched with no COVID-19 in mind. But oh my God, there is no better time to have it than now. Imagine you dey home, because for sure from primary you have some very smart kids now, class 4, 5, or 6, or prep 4, 5, or 6, as the case may be. And of course in high school, secondary 1 to secondary 3, or senior secondary 1 to 4, all qualify for the part of the Orange Student Park. If you get your picking, you get your word, take in document them from your school and go approach the Orange, stores them out there and get your SIM, and for sure get the data available. So you picking with your guidance, be able to go through what you need to go through as far as those areas are concerned, and also give an opportunity, for ensure that you get the latest what they happen when it comes to in education area. For those of you in high school able to take a decision on your own, of course those of you in universities, this is your time. Go grab your Orange SIM pack, and of course and get the opportunity, for able browse, and of course go access your portal and get access to your learning materials. Just a few days ago, even Milton Magai, also launched the student portal. So I mean, this is the virtual world we are living on. Orange will give the opportunity, on a silver platter for ensure that you get done. Well, now so we'll take cross over to the politics side of things. We say for a very long period of time we don't get an elective Congress. Since 2013, I remember, was the last elective Congress, and of course, according to the FIFA roadmap, 3 Congresses be supposed to be held, where the last one be supposed to be an elective Congress already. 2 of them, don't be held. 1 in Loko and 1 in Kenema. We know for sure that the 1 in Kenema brings some amount of controversy. How that will span out, we will get from the stakeholders and as we don't agree from the Secretary General. So that's what it is. What it takes so far in relation to the process, where they bring into effect the roadmap of FIFA.
Yeah, the process we don't start a full of insincerity, dishonesty, and lack of respect for the members. When you look at the Loko Congress, firstly, the roadmap, well, they don't abuse her. Because when you look at the roadmap, firstly, the roadmap say they only need for the integrity check on them committees, the judicial bodies, we don't vote for a long time ago in 2015 or so. 2017. But you see them go back in Kenema and presented a list where the SLF fit to say, the executive fit to say that they need to support them. So for we, the process all not fine.
Okay.
And we don't say when they take that day. And we are in court. We are in court because we believe in the rule of law. But SLFA, the executive...
But the media is not aware that you are in court.
Oh, we are in court.
Oh, yes.
We are in court.
So is it breaking news to around?
No, it's not. It's not the breaking news. It's not breaking news because SLFA, they already don't serve them.
Okay.
So perhaps they keep a secret. Okay. But again, it's a breaking news.
Okay.
Because they may keep a secret. But we are in court because we say, what's in the book say. Now we go by the Constitution. Okay. First, let me tell viewers what they do. They review the Constitution without following the right procedure. There's a review committee of constitution of SLFA since 2012, 4th of April in Kabbalah. That committee will not ever dissolve them. Although we get 2 people who don't die there, but their souls rest in peace. That are 42A, before my chairman and my boss Nawafa, and late Awoko Sise. But we still get Koto Kamara, the lawyer, when a member of that committee. So if, and then the Constitution say, now the membership in the Congress, they appoint people for serving that committee. That was never done.
Okay.
They don't sit down at the secretariat, they go to the secretariat tell you so, the executive not pick them for review the constitution. For which that is against the rules. They do them, and then they review the constitution in their own way. What do they do? They go to Port Loko and bypass them. The membership say, we don't agree with this constitution. And then when they come back to Freetown, they keep it to themselves. When they don't make a don't print and find here and find cover, the day for the Congress in Kenema, and then they pull her. And the membership should not accept her. A lot of things they want to do. They want, they make the thing now to third term. The presidency, which was for 2 terms. Pure democracy. The change and say you go to 3rd term. Because as far as we're concerned, Aisha Johansson has spent 7 years in office. He left 1 year. So for me, if you ask me personally, I would tell you, but not in the election again. More just left a man, I would say 2021, and over. Because you don't know in 2 terms. You don't qualify again for contest. But FIFA will say no, FIFA will say no go to elections, which we are ready for. But as I said, about the process, all get issues.
Okay.
Legal issues there.
Yeah.
And then above all, it tells you, say the membership will nominate people who will be elected. This one say election for the judicial bodies. You know, say and pick what they say they should be elected. And that was not done in Kenema. No election took place. They don't vote for none of the people today. And we watch the criteria of people who serve in that. Even though yes, one, the roadmap say we for not go do for the integrity check. 2, they for be voted for. But if you watch people the way they did it says they for be government officials. And anybody who receives salary from the Consolidated Fund of Sierra Leone, a government officer. Check how many of them did it. Where they receive salary from government. We're not even qualified for serving a committee.
Okay, let's you don't mention a number of things, and it's already getting me excited. Which will go unfold when the follow-up questions come. You know, and I'm sure this is what Oran Football Social is all about, giving viewers the opportunity to know firsthand, you know, in relation to what they happen in football. For sure, now that they don't get an opportunity for know that the football membership day in court after the Kenema Congress, and of course they have been served. To be very honest, this is the first time I'm hearing this.
Okay, we're in court,
This is the first time most people may be hearing this. This has come at a very, very, very important time. You know, but like I mentioned, you mentioned in a number of things, you know, go for do with abuse of office, for example, as far as the SLFA is concerned. Talk of judicial bodies, you know, the process what they use for electing. You talk about, how do I call it, the review committee will be put in place in Kabbalah in 2009.
2012.
2012. So now, when we come to the details, we know for sure that a Congress was convened in
Port Loko. Yes.
And like you mentioned, as part of the directives of the FIFA roadmap, the Congress be supposed for another way. There was already judicial bodies to be approved. And it is on record that FIFA had written to the SLFA to ensure that those judicial bodies are subjected to integrity tests. What happened to them is, I can say, it's history now as far as this process is.
Well, no, for us it's not history. That's where we got. It's not
as far as the process is concerned. So now the question is, you know, given all of this, in a still go to Congress and Port Loko and approve the Constitution.
No, we don't. We did not approve. We did not.
So
like when they say it's against of hands.
So how was the Constitution not approved?
Yeah, because you present the Constitution, and then people actually say we don't be part of this. Other than the people that will serve in this review process, other appoint them, and then you say whether they favor guns, and then you see even observers that they gave pass. They don't even give membership them people they forget pass. They give their own observers, their own boys, they for cause trouble. Then they ask the which one they will for them count there. And then they say they don't count, they say they don't pass the Constitution. And the membership say, we did not pass that Constitution into law. Now make you see, I challenge Chris Kamara now as Secretary General. They give you the minutes of Port Loko Congress. Give us the minutes of Port Loko Congress. Then we see what they discussed because the law say if we produce the minutes and give to the members for scrutinize them for see what they may discuss in that Congress. Now exactly they decided. So let them give us the minutes of Port Loko Congress. And even the one for Kenema Congress. Let them give us the minutes. Okay,
so you're on record as far as the stakeholders are concerned that no SLFA statute was approved.
No.
And SLFA, on the other hand, they are on hand to say that indeed the statute was approved.
Yes, for us, none.
Fast track forward
to
Kenema.
Yes.
Where part of waiting before done then and before approve the judicial bodies.
Yes, for elect them.
For elect
yes, for elect them.
bodies.
Yes, for elect
okay,
them.
but just before that, also in Loko, you know, a decision was taken to ensure that, you know, the number of clubs in the Premier League be increased. That the stakeholders, they're okay with that.
Yes,
so
because
to the Congress it was 2, but it was later approved.
Yeah, you find out say now we bring a come up because Safar Abdullahi was the chairman for the then board. Is a stakeholder, a senior stakeholder. Now what will they discuss? And we say yes, it go fight for make we get a national Premier League. So we yes we support say yes we for add the teams them. We will get the northern region to be represented.
Okay.
Although the FA executive want to take like politics, like for saying that they go bring Loko, sorry, northern region Kaisai.
Okay.
Like for sure we there against that.
Northwest.
Yes, we were never against that.
Okay.
We supported that.
Okay. So in this hall, you agreed to vote by raise of hand, which you started in.
No, you get 2 ways of voting in SFA Congress. Decisions, now voting of hand. But a person for serve in the committee, na secret ballot. It's very clear. Read Article 12. It's very clear. Because if I go vote for you, Benson, then you see I ask me against you. Definitely, you don't go like me for serve against you. Doing the trade for appoint you. For decisions, like for adding of teams, like for suspend person, it's by voting of hands, raising of hands.
Okay.
But when it comes for electing people for serve in our committees, it's by secret ballot. When the court interprets that part of the constitution.
Yes, just to make this process a little bit clear before the court take over, because when court take over, probably will not get the opportunity for you know elaborate on it like this. You know, so the process of nomination.
Yes.
Indeed, Article 12.
Yes.
G.
Well,
I'm coming.
You are quoting.
I'm coming.
You are quoting the fake one. The fake one. I'm going by the original constitution. That's the fake one.
They talk about nomination process.
Because the original constitution not read G.
Okay, so where in this is true. The original constitution not read G.
Yes, yes.
But this fake one, as alleged by
yes,
the stakeholders,
yes, the fake one. Yeah.
It get G.
Yes.
Now there is a press release to an effect. Because when I come up Kenema, a press conference was held, and the press release was released.
Yes, from us.
Yes.
Yes.
And in that press release, you quoted a portion of what you are referring to as a fake constitution.
Yes.
You understand? So the question is, if something is fake, and you don't go by it, why quote from there and not the one that is
to educate the people, to educate Chris Kamade. Say, even what you then talk, even what they say, their own fake constitution, they are against her. It's to remind them that even though we not accept this constitution, but even what you want to talk, they are against the constitution, one of the court. It's to help them.
Yes, okay.
You understand me? It's to help them.
Okay.
Because when they go by them, it's to help them.
That is clear to me. So where that is clear, given the constitution,
yes,
it's a stakeholder, the membership get right for nominate.
Yes.
To who?
To the secretariat.
To the secretariat.
Yes.
When? Silence.
No, it's not silence. It's not silence. Now, it's tell you say, when there is Congress, 45 days notice, the secretariat forgives the membership. In 45 days, we get Congress, blah, 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 so 30 days
to Congress.
To the Congress.
So that is going by the old constitution.
Even the fake one, it is there.
No. Well, no, to be candid, if we are to go by what you are saying, I mean, borrow your lips, that the fake constitution, and that's what it did. They say membership have the right to nominate.
Yes.
To this. When? How? It's silent.
We're fine. We read Article 26 and Article 27. It tells you the date. It gives you, because they begin plan. Let me tell you what they want to do. Is to disqualify Kasho sitting here. Okay. Because I have given out my intention that I want to become the president of SLFA.
Okay.
So what they want to do is to get people who serve in those committees that will sit back and say, Kasho, you're not qualified. Because they do say, if we contest election, even if the Aisha Johansi in Palo, you go lost the election.
Okay.
You understand me? So what they want for them to get that committee day, when you go face the committee, say you are disqualified.
Okay.
So because it is clearly stated, 15 days to the Congress. It say if any member get anything for add at the agenda, they get the right for write-up and send to the SLFA. So in that time, membership will say, we right to nominate Benson, Peter, Solomon.
Which situation is this, ordinary or extraordinary?
The Extraordinary Congress.
Okay.
Sorry, the Ordinary Congress. Ordinary
But
Congress.
This Congress in Kenema was extraordinary.
No. You remember when I took on them, I said if it is Extraordinary Congress, it means now one item. We're not going to discuss budgets. We're not going to go for approve budget. President's statement not go day. And then they say an ordinary Congress. Because by the roadmap, it will be an extraordinary Congress. Where it will be just one item. You get me? So for them, an ordinary Congress we hold. It's not extraordinary. Because extraordinary Congress, you never describe budget.
Well,
President's report. It is not an ordinary Congress.
By what we know as public, for the 40 states, in Kenema, in Loko, an ordinary Congress was held, and in Kenema, an extraordinary Congress was held. However, according to the FIFA roadmap, the first Congress was supposed to be an extraordinary Congress. Yes. Was supposed to be held in Loko.
Yes.
And the second Congress was supposed to be an ordinary Congress, but the reverse was done.
So that is it. That is it. No, we raise it up. We have copies of the letters we sent to SLFA.
Yeah, but my point is,
we said
you went to the Congress in Loko.
No, we said the Congress in Kenema is not an extraordinary Congress because you don't go to one item. You need to go with all the agenda for the Congress in Kenema. If you want Article 26 of the original and the correct constitution of SLFA.
Yes, but I also want
let me land, please. Let me land. You watch and they give you the item there, and all the item then put back in that Congress in Kenema. So for us, now being an ordinary Congress, now we hold. Okay. So we probably don't write in 15 days for write and tell and say we nominate XYZ for social position. Okay. And in Kenema now, it should be by voting, secret ballot. You do the boxes. I mean, we nominate. You do the box, they put it now. We don't do one before. Not the first time this. But I tell you, say, because they know say they're not going to win election. So now all them cook they bring come. That's why we went to court. Because we were very law abiding.
Thank you very much. And it's been a pleasure being in your office. And I mean,
thank you very much. Thank you very much.
All this will take for this particular session of this show, like we mentioned, and we promise we will always want to ensure that when it comes to Orange business, it's about fulfillment, because we told you that we for sure talk to the stakeholders, and that has just been fulfilled. Revealing interview indeed. Now always we get for take for this particular session of the show. And I remind you of the fact that you get an opportunity for the part of the student pack and get the opportunity for continue for browse, cheaply, because Orange Jamaica possible for you. And we're not living in a virtual world. The student will take class online, checking for notes. Even in primary, like I mentioned earlier, you have very smart kids, 4, 5, and 6, and we will use the internet and get access to within they need exactly. Orange have made this possible for you. Go make use of the opportunity and join the student pack. Of course, swap you SIM. Of course, if you get a 4G phone, you have an additional bonus for Orange give you as well, just for having a 4G phone. But it's all a win-win situation regardless. So go out there and grab your SIM and be part of it. The next edition, I've been your host, Engineer Mohammed Benson, and on behalf of Priority Solution and Orange, I want to sign out with a bang.
Orange.